the guy who wrote Night, Eli Wiesel, and we had to read all the horrors that they used bayonets to bayonet baby skulls, and they raped all the... Never in a concentration camp. You had to publicly fucking admit it. Oh, but don't you know? No, I do know. I know how... You guys just make up fables.
Through the Pine Walk.
I was not a prisoner there. No, I don't think anybody was. I think it was a fucking work camp when the supply chains broke down in the cities during the war. Sound fucking familiar? And don't get me wrong, Jews were persecuted during that time in Germany. Why were they persecuted is another question. And then how many of them and how many of them actually died? And why did they die? Did they die from a lack of food, from a broken supply chain? Did they die because they were put in basically FEMA camps and the supply chains broke down? Or were they turned into soap? What in the fuck are they talking about? I was not a prisoner there. I did not intend to lessen or overshadow the events that truly happened there by claiming... No. Of course it overshadows the events. All the eyewitnesses are turning out to be totally full of shit. Okay, so... That's Joseph Hurt. I knew him, went to his house a bunch. This is a bear that I know is not is telling the truth. I said, was he a creep? He said, I didn't get that vibe at the time, but I was in his house learning Italian. I'll just leave out some more details just in case. My boomer parents just wanted to hear his victim stories, which changed every time. And I assumed it was due to his age, but I always thought it was sketchy that his kids wanted nothing to do with him. More victim stories. Oh, yeah. It's, You're known by your fruit. Wait, his last name is Hurt? Yeah, they're just trying to hurt him. They're just trying to hurt him. Oh, and by the way, I'm super into soap. So I know that the idea that they're using Jews to make soap is fucking retarded. By the way, my farm stand is officially crushing. We sold out of soap yesterday except for one bar. And arugula. Soap is a good product to make and sell. Everybody likes good natural soap. Especially when you have basically unlimited goat milk. So he said, he claimed to be friends with Eleanor Roosevelt, said he was on the only ship of rescues to the U.S., I'm assuming the crew that went to your town. Yeah, the whole fucking ship went to Oswego, New York. We're the only ship that accepted these fucking lying scoundrels. And it was called, you can read it by Ruth Magyar Isaacson, called Haven. I think it's no longer published because it was so filled with obvious lies. And those little fuckers came to my town, and that's it. They came from Italy, and they were never persecuted. They were like, oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. He said, at least he didn't try to rape me, and the Italian lessons were enough to rent a car and order some food, so not a total loss. Well, the funny part is that my mom worked with him at the club. Was one of the main people that got him to go around speaking, which led to him getting caught. Boomer Zionism backfire. Yeah, all the boomers were like, oh, how dare you?
Oh boy.
How dare the goddamn Nazis hurt a hair on your little Jew head. You gotta go around and tell your story, yeah. Stormed the beaches in Normandy. We went to the moon. Oh, really? You think I should go tell my story that changes every 3 minutes? Yeah, we gotta let everybody know that we are great. And we saved all the Jews from the dirty Nazis. And then we went to the fucking moon. Oh, okay. Can I make some money telling my story? Oh, the least we can do for you. My wife has made our own soap for 6 years now. Goat milk's the main ingredient. Yeah, it's awesome. And then right now people go, oh, you're anti-Semitic. Saying anti-Semitic is like saying anti-vaxxer. Like, what exactly are you saying? So these fucking people lied about being a victim for 80 years. Okay, either Auschwitz is the worst death camp in human history, or it's total bullshit. Do you know how many survivors of Auschwitz still alive? Think about how easy, you'd have to be like 5, and you're like 95 now to survive Auschwitz, right? Do you know how easy it is to kill a kid? I'm not trying to sound fucking dark. I know that'll be clipped, and I don't know how dare you. But it's like, why did they all live? So Auschwitz had all these kids running around, and the Germans were like, oh, we have to keep the kids for years and years and feed them them and gives them the opera hall, and we will give them the swimming lessons and get them nice and fat so that we can turn them to soap. What? Why wouldn't they last, I don't know, an hour? Like, okay, you can take a cow to a slaughterhouse. How long would it last for? An hour? It's so hilarious. For the record, I'm not the big source for this report. I'm Mr. Hurt. Thanks, Toronto Jew Bear. You know, I think most Jewish oppression in Germany was when they started changing the sodomy and usury laws. They really did feel oppressed. They feel like they were being targeted. Okay? That's literally it. And
this is where it usually gets
Jew hate,
unrideable.
I really am.
Up ahead.
If you blame your problems on Jews and say if you get rid of Jews, your problems go away, you are wrong. You are a retard, and we have nothing in common. You probably can't even define Jew, and you have no solutions at all. In fact, a lot of Jews do a great service for society with their managerial skills of systems. They're not the most moral guys, and they sure as shit like to lie, and they're obsessed with giants with massive unclipped cocks, but they're not the root of your problems. It's like saying, if we put all the drug dealers in jail, you understand what I'm saying? The Holocaust was just Jews oppressing Jews, and I don't care what anyone says. Yeah, the longer I live,
I'll try this way for the first time and never. Oh, right there.
I posted this on Twitter. That you choose to be in a hell world or you choose to be in a heaven world. It's like that line in Yellowstone where it's like hell and heaven both exist at the same time on Earth. And I know that's not a new concept. I'm sure Jacobat has sputtered that to himself a few times. But anyway,
right,
so I played this video.
This is a good spot.
And then I'll explain it. So this is just a beautiful moment with our kids. This is 15 seconds. This is yesterday. It's just a beautiful day, right? And so I said, nothing is actually changing, just human behavior, assumptions, and morality. It seems like people are nostalgic for a time that's still here. You just have to choose it. My kids' childhoods are like a Norman Rockwell painting, but it only happened because